Hey guys, welcome to episode number 25 this week. I know it's been another long week. I know it's been under anything, or even though it's been another week since we haven't live streamed together, guys. From your king, guys, and your luckiest man to really, have enough attachment and also have enough privilege to really execute it. But I think we're officially back now, and yeah, guys, welcome to episode number 25 this week. Of Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles. You know, we're you know we're pretty much not exactly coming out of a mystery today, so or another attachment. But other than that, guys, here we are, back in the hot seat, back into the order. Um, Today's day, guys, it is double check for a second. Today, guys, it is April 16th, 2026. So I don't know where to begin. It's only been like another, questionable week. Or you talk about a bit of a privilege attachment, or catching somebody in the act. Um, Now, I've actually checked out a couple of things earlier this week. I looked at a little bit of in-gaming news so far today, pretty much outside the
Right.
box, or
I cannot wait. An
Warrior King
excellent
Guys
choice.
and Your Luckiest Man
Thought
has
you'd never
checked out a
ask.
couple
Ready.
things that's more to the
At the ready.
experience without the throat slicing and whatnot. So one of the few things, guys, I'm about to really, you know, look at is something that I don't believe any other website has officially announced anything this week, but I do know
No
we are
mercy.
getting a third sequel to involving Paddington, and well, I know most of you guys have heard of Paddington recently. He's a man. I mean, he's pretty much a man coming out of as a. I mean, what do you guys call that? I mean, this king guy's the luckiest man. He's pretty much he's pretty much the
I'll do
best.
what I
So
can.
he's pretty much coming out of Peru, and you know, I've never seen any of the Paddington movies, but I've heard a few of them actually been they haven't been exactly bad or anything. But given that, fellas, we are getting the fourth Paddington movie that's officially in development right now, and just to really see how well it does, and also create enough balance, attachment, and just to see how everything else goes. TCTV, make a love shout out. Happy Thursday to you this morning. Thank you so much for joining this live stream. But yeah, I don't believe most of us would bug out anything, especially of what there's enough adult sense of humor, enough you know anything else with acceptance on it, guys. It's King Guys and the Luckiest Man. Not to disregard anything. Now, I know we're looking at a
I'm
third
ready.
opportunity, guys, for Paddington this year. In development.
Ready and waiting.
I would assume Paddington 4 won't release till maybe in the fall. If not, maybe early next year. Depends if everything else is, causing not a lot of nonsense or something. Um, but it could be anything. Now, you guys remember what we officially did last week. We actually just did plenty of grinding. We could try to do some with, the story today, as I mentioned.
Excellent.
So we can exactly do some with that today. I don't see why not. And that's another thing too, guys. We also have heard, I mean, there hasn't been officially, pretty much been confirmed coming out of one movie company or, I guess, guys, a different company in its own way. And that is something to do with Wonka 2.
Right.
Now, somebody did report, you know, somebody did state that Wonka 2
Thanks.
get announced. Well, I actually heard a little bit of something about that, and Actually, from what I've been hearing is, I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn and say it's pretty much right or wrong, or pretty much an institution.
No
But
honor
from what I've
in
actually been
defeat.
hearing is, somebody did actually state the following that one actor is going to be, advertised for the sequel in the future. And I've never heard of this female actor at all.
Good choice.
But I will say, if she's going to be joining Timothy Chalamet and the other one in Wonka 2, I would assume Wonka 2 won't release till after. If I had to predict, guys, probably at the end of the year, after this year, if I'm right. But I mean, they haven't exactly officially announced anything yet, you know.
Where to?
Especially guys with Timothy Chalamet coming back as Wonka, in number
Back on
2,
your feet.
and that's pretty much enough to really cover. Don't worry about the stupid siren, guys.
I'm in a
Hold on
bad
a
way.
minute. Okay, there we go. But I repeat, fellas, I mean, if everything else goes the way it should be, or the way it should be planned,
Never
I
felt
don't see
better.
why not. So we'll see how everything else balances, and also see how everything else goes. The first Wonka was released a couple years ago, so we don't actually hate anything on that. It's not the same without, one of two actors. When you're talking about one actor, and that's Gene Wilder.
Right.
Now, Gene Wilder was, he's been one of our best or goodest actors of all time. Guys coming out of um, Blazing Saddles and the very first Willy Wonka movie.
I must
As we all
concentrate.
know, it was Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. So, and I've always thought Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp was, pretty much,
I won't
it
let you
actually
die.
did not slip a lot of our
I'll keep
minds.
fighting.
But my true love, I mean, for my true love and I, my Musketeer thought it was not any good. I mean, I wouldn't hate the fact that movie did not do as hot, or pretty much do as well as Johnny Depp, but, guys, Johnny
Never a
Depp's
doubt.
it's been exactly in other good movies, as far as what we know, and
That's
pretty much heard
better.
of today, so. But alright, guys, before we get ahead, is King Guy's Unluckiest Man. It's
Not
gonna get
looking good.
another,
I cannot
self
fall.
self-destruct between the stupid bomb. At some point, it's already down to 40, so I can just liberate him very shortly. But alright, guys, before we get to anything today, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. For biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, talented, loving, caring, sharing, prevalence, amazing, well-attached, amazing, strongest, you know, being on the sunny side for the most part. And yes, guys, our biggest, strongest, wonderful power of our community. That's exactly where we're at today. Making sure we have our social media, our YouTube accounts. Nobody's gonna go anywhere without a
I
fight.
still have the will.
And everybody's got enough reasons to do so, or not exactly get to know somebody that is one, and perfect to know one, for instance. That's all there is to it. Especially, guys, since we've been doing it for a long time. Not to take offense, not being able to fix anything. You always need a lot of help, guys, in the toolbox. You really do. But hold on. If you're, working something with construction, or you're looking to really build something, it doesn't matter. You always need a helping hand. Can't do it alone. But alright, guys, I repeat, it's to really obtain, not to get ourselves guilty. I repeat, fellas, I do want to thank you guys for
Heaven's
joining me this
calling me.
morning. My biggest song is phenomenal, exciting, electrifying, talented, peaceful, fantastic, strongest power of our community. Like I said, we have our social media, guys, our YouTube
Is this
accounts.
the end?
And yes, guys,
My
not
turn.
only our YouTube accounts, guys, but officially our Twitter, X, and Facebook, and
Can you
YouTube
stand?
accounts as well.
Thanks.
And yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. Now, if you guys have any questions or concerns, just let me know in the chat. in the live chat, make it so there's nothing that we haven't left out
Up
yet,
on your feet.
or haven't really, let's see if there's, I'm gonna see if there's any more water on here. That's why I still got a little more extra if I need one. There we go, guys. So here's the thing, I mean, now I haven't heard anything extra as far as what's been going on with Avengers Doomsday.
I'll take care of that.
I thought we were supposed to get a
Just
monstrous,
getting started.
exciting trailer this week. I thought we were
Got me
supposed
to
to,
contend with.
but Marvel hasn't reported anything else about that yet. I mean, it's just determining how well it could really actually be. You know, we've only recently checked out, you know, enough of the trailers, enough,
No.
actually not exactly enough of the trailers, but
You don't have
enough
me
to
yet.
really approach the teasers. You know, with Steve Rogers
I must
returning,
concentrate.
you know, best known as Human Torch, and also,
It
guys,
isn't over.
of course, the Human Torch from Fantastic
Excellent.
Four back in the day. So
I'm up against
So
it.
there's enough plans here today too. And also, guys, involving the return of Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Odin's son as well. And I haven't strongly heard anything else, especially with the return of the X-Men. But I still think that's to do having the last five with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen's 86. So as far now, if you guys haven't seen the first ever exciting, not exactly mind-twisting or mind-blowing on anything,
What is
you
it?
guys can check out the first
Right.
ever teaser trailer for Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum. Now we all know the actors that will be appearing in the sequel for next year. Actually, the very first one with Andy Serkis. And that would officially be, guys. I mean, I'll jump into that in a minute. I just got done learning something for my Geomancer, and that is Torrent. Now the thing about Torrent, guys, let's get right into it. Torrent, if you guys want to know the effects about Torrent, it actually does state the following. It manifests the power, guys, harbored by the canal, river, lake, or ocean, when you talk about a waterfall at one's feet. Now we can also, guys, deal water damage to distant units that has a chance of doing something, you know, like having to conflict a toad or pretty much any living thing. We talk about a water thing, and so you guys can check that out. Now back to what I was saying, guys, about Middle-earth. So it's a good thing they're actually doing something with that instead
Welcome,
of,
after all, in
you
particular.
know, banging some on the
Are you
table and
happy?
say, we need to get this done, we need to get this right.
Are you
But
happy?
you know, I
May
feel
tell
like
you, good choice.
if we're finally getting the attachment, if we're finally getting excitement, and what this movie is going to be like, and involving Andy Serkis. From what I've heard, guys, not only Andy Serkis has
May
been
I
doing
help
a
with all
masterful
telltale?
job right now, or doing very well with that movie to, come across. Today, guys, as I mentioned from last week, we're going to go in a bit of the story right now. So where we're heading, guys, is the Tiso Finland. So we don't have to worry about much of the battle from here on out.
You can trust
So
me.
all we need
It's
to do
time.
is, the only one
Take
that
the
we're
fight to 'em.
helping out is
Lead the way.
Mustadio, so. And then we have
To
Gog.
battle.
We could tackle Gog soon. Maybe sometime today. But all we're dealing with today, guys, is a few imps and something that's more to crawl.
Just when I thought this
So
thing
as we
could
start
go
the
no
battle,
fouler.
guys, we're gonna go back to Lord of the Rings in a second. So guys, Rams and Mustadio only have a bit of a tit-tat. So Ramza thought this fin would have not grown any foul, or pretty much anything deep. And then
Solid
Mustadio
footing
does state
scarce
the
enough,
following,
and rain
guys.
to rub us of that.
He's looking at,
Be
he thinks
careful.
that the rain may rob any part of us, but we need to stick together and be careful. Here's the thing, guys. If you look at some of this river, that is guarded with monsters, something that's more disturbing, like getting something underwater, or when you talk about guys, an heir apparent, we should always be extra careful. You don't want to be stuck in the middle and, get frozen, or you talk about, I mean, for the most part, you gotta be exactly healthy the way you are, the way it should be. Enough attachment on it. But yeah, now here's the thing about Lord of the Rings, guys. So I actually did check out the teaser of that. So basically, from what I've heard, is we're gonna be looking at the actors that have officially been announced. So not only Andy Serkis has been announced, I've heard Elijah Wood's coming back, Ian McKellen's coming back as Gandalf, the Grey, and Kate Blanchett's not been confirmed. But I'll get to the one actor that was scheduled to be in, and guys, for praise as Aragorn. Which I'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna look at Deep Water, fellas. So as you guys can see, we're looking at Deep Water. It actually does continue the following, if nothing is poisonous, that we have to watch out between platforms. A unit entering water, guys. It's with a depth of 2 who will become submerged by preventing it from using abilities. As the unit, guys, cannot do anything but try to not move, and is often advisable to leave deep water as soon as possible. So the last thing that we want to do, guys, is get ourselves toxic. We talk about poisonous. So we always want to be on a clear path. That's all we can do. So back to Lord of the Rings, guys. So, I mean, there's actually been
I
a
must
report,
concentrate.
and I know a lot of you guys have heard about this till now. We haven't heard about this, heard about that till now. That Viggo Mortensen is not returning as Aragorn, son of Aragorn. We already talked about that. But the one thing about this one teaser is, as a matter of fact, if you look at it as one Andy Serkis has been developing since day one, and been wanting to see how the Hunt for Gollum is really going to be shaping up. Well, I do know. Matsulov didn't officially ask me if we know any other actors that have been confirmed, for the Hunt for Gollum for next year. And let me tell you something, guys. I haven't heard if Orlando Bloom's coming back or not. I've heard he's supposed to be, but that's just a rumor right now. But the thing about the Hunt for Gollum, guys, I mean, I can see the movie doing well. I just don't want to see. I don't want to see everybody else get self-centered and say they're part of the blame that the other actors are not in it. We all know, guys, Christopher Lee has passed away years and years ago. You talk about Sean Astin not returning as Samwise Gamgee, so people can praise as much as they want. Sean Astin is not returning, so not the same with the either Hobbit actors, guys. You look at not just Sean Astin, but also the one that played as William Pippin over the years, and so on and so forth. Especially Galadriel. So Hugo Weaving is not returning as Elrond either. I mean, he just had a birthday. I believe Hugo Weaving had a birthday this past week, if I'm right. And you see, with anything that's more to attach and also disposable, I mean, strings attached on it. I mean, those are the only actors that are not in it, especially Elijah Wood and Ian McKellen. Because remember what I mentioned before, even though Ian McKellen he's still up to that point, he still has Avengers Doomsday this year, at the end of the year. So we don't want to hate the idea if he's going to be retiring after at least by next year's movie. So I mean, I'm not saying if he'll be in Avengers Secret Wars, but that remains to be settled, and also not be part of anything if it's in a bookcase or, anything in the books. Alright guys, we gotta be careful here. We got our next one. Now this next tutorial, guys, is called Beware of the Undead, and it actually does state the following. Now in certain battles, fellas, you will face undead foes, even after being KO'd. The thing about these monsters being undead, fellas, they're actually affected, excuse me, with the undead status. They may sometimes be, reimaginated or reanimated when their hunt icons have all disappeared. However, fellas, if we look at any items like potions, curing, anything to go, and they'll do some luck. You guys see in the middle of your screen, you look at cure, spells, or potions. They will inflict damage, guys, on these guys. This knowledge, guys, may help you dispose of the undead foes more quickly. So we can do some with these imps, guys, so we can use potions and cure spells that we can. So I don't see why not. But back to Lord of the Rings, guys. I mean, I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on with this. Not what's going on with Viggo Mortensen. I mean, if he was going to really be back as Aragorn, not enough people would have said it. Well, pretty much would have said this or that. But since he's not, it's not going to really matter. But the thing about this one movie, I mean, we want to see how well it does. I mean, I would assume it'll, as far as I know, it could do well. But I'm not going to really say it's going to be, bad out of any Middle-earth movies, especially like The Hobbit or anything. I mean, you cannot count out The Hobbit, fellas. You can't. Now, if people want to say anything that's not the best of sorts or causing enough electricity between the movies, well, I mean, people can talk to anybody on the director's chair.
Come on.
Well, people can talk about how this movie is not doing as hot as it is. But guys, Lord of the Rings has not been out since '97, and I was born like 4 years beforehand. All right, so I mean, I'm not going to really say Lord of the Rings is going to be having some sort of a twisted mind or anything. But I'm a little bit curious to see how this movie is going to live up to expectations. How much they can really develop on it. How much work Andy Serkis has been doing. I know he's been, waiting to come back as Gollum, aka Smeagol, as far as I know. But I just feel like if Aragorn's now returning with Morrissey as the leading off actor that's not on base, well, I feel sorry for Viggo Mortensen. So it's not like he's got not any other movies that he wants to talk about doing. I mean, especially if he wants to do some with Hugh Jackman and do some with guys to talk about doing something with Hugh Jackman and the sequel to Van Helsing, but I don't believe he'll reach to anything for that if he's not returning as Aragorn. So, I mean, there's really not much to really tell you or really speculate as much. But only he himself, guys, that can really attach it. Only he himself can do some with that. So, I mean, if he's not returning as Aragorn, you've got this one British actor that can do something that's better than he can do. Than Viggo Mortensen can do. So I'm not saying if Orlando Bloom is returning as Legolas or not. That answer is on the table. If he wants to. I'm not saying if he should, but this depends on him and also John Rhys Davies. You guys remember that interview that Steve Colbert and Peter Jackson had? You guys remember, guys? We are still getting a sequel to Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. I would assume after how well the Hunt for Gollum is going to be too. So they won't announce anything more further. But if you guys haven't checked out the teaser, you guys don't know what Lord of the Rings is. I want you guys to check it out. You guys get the time. I mean, I know the teaser. As far as I know, the teaser doesn't look too bad. You see, guys, we already know a few of the actors that are in it now, so I don't see why not. I mean, I almost want to see the movie by next year, but guys, we got enough hunger for movies already. Guys, at least for this year. Like one of them guys being What's Who Loves pick was Mortal Kombat 2. That movie should be
mine
releasing. They haven't announced anything, but not delaying anything. I doubt they will. But we are also waiting, guys, for Mortal Kombat 2. That movie, guys, will be releasing very shortly. So you got that coming up soon, and then you've got Star Wars Mando and Grogu. So that should be in 2 weeks after that. So, which I know my true love wants to watch both of them. You know, not my picks, but her picks. So we can do some with that when we get a chance. But yeah, we'll be good to go for that, guys. We're not going to be in a hurry.
I must concentrate.
But that's all I'm saying, guys. I mean, since we all know that those two actors are, well, Ian McKellen, guys, and Eliza Wood are returning, as far as I know. I repeat, guys, we don't know if Orlando Bloom is returning or not. I mean, he's open to it. I don't see why not. But it just depends how much he really wants to get paid by doing it. I mean, I'm not saying if he will, but he can decide at any time.
I won't let you down.
But yeah, we'll see how everything else goes. But yeah, as far as Wonka 2 goes, we haven't heard much about that either. I mean, I would assume Wonka 2, with Timothy Chalamet and also the other actress lot, the one that recently played the Oompa Loompa and Wonka. You know, I would assume Wonka 2 won't release till probably
Right
I mean, as far as I know, probably next year. Now, what season are we thinking of, fellas? I mean, if I had to make a plain old guess, not to have an heir apparent, my guess would be
Come on.
the fall of next year. So we should have something to go with that too. If you guys haven't watched CinemaCon, they've also wrapped up something with The Legend of Zelda. So you guys heard me right. They actually officially wrapped up filming for The Legend of Zelda. As we all know, it's going to be in theaters by next year. So, from what I've heard, we are going to begin the trailer for that very soon. I mean, I'm not going to have less intensity. I have like Grayson.
I must concentrate.
But you know, we want to see how that movie, guys, the very first Legend of Zelda is going to be. You guys haven't played the games. There's probably not much to really, lose concentration. Or waiting to see if there's enough best intentions for it. I mean, as far as I know, I can see that movie doing fine. Even though I haven't played The Legend of Zelda in a long time, that's enough to really prepare. And pounce, and also not to have a strong whisper between one another. So we'll see how things can work out. All right, guys. Speaking of other stuff today, guys. If you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, guys, Ivalice Chronicles every Thursday, every week in the mornings. I understand you guys have only seen me live stream once. That's every Thursday, every week, based on the schedule with depending on how tired I am,
Are you hurt?
how much work I've been doing, and so on and so forth. Alright, guys. After the battle today, Ramsey does state the following. He actually questions if Masadio is okay.
No worse for the wear.
Masadio states, I am no worse for the weary.
The channel shore lies just beyond the fen.
But he actually does
Gorg is not
state,
far now.
Gog is not far from here, and we should be okay. Meaning, guys, Masadio should be fine. So, as far as I know, guys, I mean, we don't want to hate on anything. With Lord of the Rings or, anything that's not been announced. But you guys should check out cinemacon.com and see if they announced anything that's better. Especially anything, guys, with,
Was there something?
wrapping up with The Legend of Zelda and, also some exciting stuff. Maybe like a little bit here and there. So keep a lookout. But I repeat, fellas, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, you guys want to, actually, I repeat, if you guys want me to play new games on the schedule as well, especially if I'm not busy at work or, me snapping out of it, you know, like taking a lot of naps, taking a lot of
Welcome.
rest.
Like you said, not a lot happening.
Whatever we want to do, guys, we're not going to get ourselves stuck or be guilty a lot. But if we want to do something that's more we haven't done yet, we can notify when we can. And also, guys, multiply with your king, guys, and your luckiest man. So, the best way to do that, guys, is you guys can hit that like button, support button, and comment. But I really want you guys to help me with my watts hour, my WAs, as strong as you can today. Which that should be very important to us, and also very, very important to me so far today too. So if we can do that, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. We don't have to get under people's skin. We don't want to, lose our steam. We don't want to get ourselves stuck in the middle. Well, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know in the chat, in the live chat, and you guys can, have everything else up to date if you want here today, and making sure we're not, getting ourselves dirty by not washing our hands all the time, but we always want to remove germs. We want to remove zesters. That's all we can do. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. And your king, guys, and your luckiest man can answer any questions or concerns you guys have. We'll develop it, and also answer it when we get an opportunity. And also, yes, guys, take a shot at it. That's all we can do. But yeah, I haven't done much else. That's all I can tell you right now. But hopefully sooner rather than later. Well, guys, I'm gonna use Siva for my main character. Now, the first battle wasn't bad. I don't believe we're tackling Doug yet. Well, we're still going to take our time. Well, there we go, guys. We just have to do what we can do, guys. That's why I need watts hour. That'd be awesome. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Whenever you guys get the chance. Give yourself a thumbs up and also comment. Also, guys, just to really follow the shadows. The most important thing. And also, guys, the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. The awesome and creative, guys, and we are now at 643 mods today. You guys heard me right, 643 mods today. And also, guys, as our followers, coming out of my 4 priorities every time, and we don't want to get ourselves losing our Zeus's or losing anything that's more attached, or and yes, guys, very, very important to us here today. For your king and your luckiest man. That's all we can really capture. Not to have a moisturizer, only trying to go in between. But yeah, guys, that's enough to really send right in. That's enough to really get to. But we're good. But yeah. Everybody's entitled to anything that we haven't mentioned. We haven't gone to yet. As long as we don't have the bitter end. Or have some more to the foundation. But yeah, guys, we are 643 months here today.
I must concentrate.
So there's nothing else we would have, cared for the most. Or you talk about waiting at the right time and also at the right moment. Just depends on it. But yeah, guys, we are 643 months here today. People don't have to walk and dry. Not a lot of us can do much. At least for the time being here today, so. But we're good. We just want to do some with our WAs on the channel. That is a big help as of right now. That would be intense, and that would be a good way to persuade it. But alright, guys. Speaking of other stuff, and yes, guys, with everything else attached, you guys can check out my Lalum's Karen. She's actually live streaming here today, so you guys can give her a loving, caring, supportive shout out today. So you guys can check her out. But yeah, you guys can check anything if there's enough to really get to, and enough time to the capsule. But alright, guys. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. We'll be meeting Greek, guys. We want to see how everybody else is doing. Making sure we are doing well, making sure we're not losing everything on track, making sure we're not, feeling annoyed. I'm feeling exactly terrible today, guys. As long as we're feeling fine. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's all we can do, guys. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. When we meet and greet, we want to see how people are doing. See if a lot of us need help. I'll get some to really attach by doing some with our YouTube channels on the YT family or something. I mean, that would be much more clear. And much more that we could really, wait on for the time being.
Come on.
But the more we get, guys, we want to not wait around. We just want to do something that we are wishing to do. And your king, guys, luckiest man can, wait around as much as anything. You know what they say, guys. Patience is a virtue. If you guys are not like Dale from King of the Hill, which was officially Mr. Hardwick, so. Actually, Johnny Hardwick, so. That would be just officially the last name, at least. But we'll see. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Also, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, anytime we manage to get anything sorted, all we need to do, guys, is follow and share it on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Also, guys, you guys want to know how long I've been on media? MEDIA. I've been on YouTube, guys, for over 9 years. I've been on Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7. That's to keep everything else classified, and also, following a big audience, maybe something hard or soft, enough to really, present itself for anything. But yeah, I've been on YouTube for 9, I've been on Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7, and my true love and I, guys, on Pizza, we've actually been attached to each other for 9. I've also been with my true love and Barrel for 17 years. You guys understand, those 2 are my priorities out of 4. Longing for 3 of our families attached into 1 together. My true love's going to be having something fun on Saturday. So that's going to be interesting. And, to see how much, doing something fun with your family. It's like if you're going out to dinner, you're looking to do some, like, going to a school play or something. I mean, that's pretty much fun. I don't see why not. It's just, I never got involved with school plays when I got done with high school for the last 12 years. Because as a matter of fact, if we look at choir concerts, that's pretty much exactly where it is, and whatever you can really have your mind going, it just depends on it. So.
My turn.
And you know what they say, guys? Depends what your heart can feel. It just depends what the Lord wants it to take. So, as long as there's not candy on the desk, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to get yourselves wrapped around for nothing. You just have to do what you have to do, guys. And also, guys, as a 100% Christian, you just have to let the Lord know what's going on. Not just your family and friends, guys, but of course, guys, you're pretty much the Lord too. When we get an opportunity, so we don't want to get ourselves stuck in the middle. But yeah, guys, my true lover and I have been together for 9. And also, not just her, but also Beryl as well for 17. I lost both of them as my priorities out of 4. One time, I ain't losing their butts twice. Ain't gonna happen, guys. So yeah, while my true love's doing some fun with one of her buddies this coming Saturday. My question is, are we still doing dinner on Saturday? I mean, even though her ass is not picking. Apparently, it's that one little measure that they've got in the house that wants to run the house, that wants to run the program, and wants to pack whatever she wants for lunch every time, I'm not saying if that's going to be a strong order. I'm not
Leave
saying
this
if
to me.
it will be or it will not, but you know what they say, guys. Seems we're making the wrong options. I mean, not my two
I
loving
must
barrel, but
concentrate.
you know, I feel like the one that lives with two of them
Steady does
does
it.
not have a strong opinion. That's all I can tell you, and have enough to really persuade. You know what they say, guys. Not everything is a fits rehearse. And another thing about that, guys, is life is not always fair. It's like if you want to do something fun, if you want to sew something, that's fine. But you're not going to smother somebody else that really wants to own everything, especially if you're taking a shower or having your own
Ready and
belongings.
waiting.
That's not the way it works. You actually want to do something that, you know, a lot of us want to do. That's all we can do. And also have enough to handle. But yeah, guys, that's going to be the end of our social media for today, guys. We are going to be talking about Steam in the next 5 to 6 minutes today. So remember, guys, there's one
It'll
game
take more than that.
that will be illustrated and also
Where
be
to?
amazing to play coming up next week. We'll get a little something sweet, but since we're only 7 days away till I mean already till the 23rd already, so that's something to think about. So we get
Hold still.
prepared and find the good notes. So we're just grinding a bit more of the rest of the way, guys. So there's not much we can do outside of GOG right now. So we don't want to get ourselves, you know, measured and not to be on display as much. So, but we're good. But yeah, guys, Chief yesterday was good. We were just a bit more
Like a
packed here
book.
and there, pretty much there some
My
and
turn.
then some a little bit. So, but yeah, everything else,
I
guys,
have you
yesterday
now.
was good. Um,
Let's get
I've
this
been
over
with Two
with.
Love and Barrel for the, you know, for the last number of days since I did a bit more of a break, you know, from this past weekend, and of course, guys, this past Monday. So, I mean, a lot of us understand that if you want a break, use it. Don't let people try to fool you. Don't let people say you don't want to be a jack in the box
What's
and
next?
say you don't want to puzzle something up together. You know, if people have a right to have their own authority, that's okay. You know, you can just voice your own opinion. That's all we can think about. So, I mean, as long as everything is going either way, we're
I'll
good.
kill you.
But speaking of being good, guys,
Never a doubt.
Mel Brooks did actually report. Um, I actually does. I'm not sure how many of you guys have heard in the chat. You know, out of my priorities out of four, there's also been a little bit of, I mean, just a little bit of breaking news that we fortunately know the sequel title for Spaceballs 2. Um, so apparently, guys, Spaceballs 2. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this till now, but they actually announced something. I want to say at the end of the night from yesterday.
Of course.
I was born for
So at
this.
the
I'm
end of
ready.
last night, from what
Take the
I've
fight to
heard,
him.
Ready.
is Mel Brooks did actually announce,
No turning
and
back.
actually did actually put Mel Brooks did actually put up the following. Actually, did state the following, and he actually talked a little bit about the sequel and what the title is going to be. And we actually do have the title in front of me. So apparently, guys, according to Seago Movies,
I
Spaceballs
cannot
2,
fail.
guys, will be titled Spaceballs the New One. You know, I mean, there was a saying, guys, before Lone Star is preparing and also, you know, looking to battle the most of his heart and also most of his life, which we all know. It's played by Bill Pullman. What's Bill Pullman? You know, he's a terrific actor. You know, coming out of Independence Day, and I've heard he's coming back as Lone Star by next year. But here's the thing about that, fellas. Um, I know George Lucas doesn't have anything to do with, you know, with that in hand, as long as the list is not fluid. But apparently, guys, there's a saying, if you remember the conversation, between Lone Star and the one that played what's his face?
Who's stronger now?
The one that played the lookalike of Yoda.
Where to?
This is try to include a little bit with Star Wars in it, and that would be Yoga. So both of them had a little bit of a funny conversation. Something about the sequel to the very first Spaceballs back in 1980s back then. And this is a little bit funny, guys. So there was this movie line that
Down with you.
by saying that Lone Star would never forget Yogurt, and the two of them would actually meet again, and then Mel Brooks' character, guys, Yogurt, did actually state the following: "Don't worry, we will see each other soon." And Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. So I feel like if it would have been The Search for More Money, it would have been a funny remark, but think about this title, guys. Think about the sequel. It's going to be called Spaceballs, the new one. So I'm not sure what that's going to be about, how much they're actually developing it. But I do know Mel Brooks is never calling it quits. I mean, we want to officially see what the plans are for that one. It's just, I doubt Hayden Christensen is being involved in it. I mean, he never once stated anything about that. He never once gave an opportunity for it. I mean, Hayden Christensen is doing some what he wants to do with Star Wars, and Rick Moranis is still returning as Darth Helmet, and I mean, he's a funny character too. Coming out of that, and also having a movie with Ghostbusters at the time. So we'll see what happens, guys. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a bit intriguing to see if we get another teaser or not. I mean, one final trailer by next year. Now, speaking of excitement, guys, head over to the Steam store. Remember, guys, head over to the Steam store, pre-order, purchase, and make a name, and do what we got to do for us. Do something we haven't done before. But alright, guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store, guys. Pre-order, purchase, get a name, and buy something. You guys are buying an old game, buying a special game. You guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite. You guys could get any of the two. If you guys are looking to get something with South Park and any of those two games, or if you're looking to do something you haven't done yet. Guys, I'm trying to fill a bit more in my water can. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to test out any of the two games, they're actually nice, and they're pretty much good and safe and sound. So head over to the Steam store, guys, and buy something. If you guys are going after those two games for free, if you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, you guys can get any of the two with no extra cost. If you guys are looking to get anything with discounts today is the 16th. So you guys can get my Time Sandrock for $14. You guys have till April 20th of this coming week to get that one. You guys can also get the Promise of Sale for Raw Fury. I don't know much what's going on behind that one, so you guys can check out the Promise of Sale for that. You guys have till April 27th to do some to really collect. I mean, I can't really think of any big games that are coming into that sale. I'm not a huge fan. I know Worms is not one of them. Never once played the crap out of Worms. So that remains to be seen. You guys can also get Angeline Era for 1874, and also, guys, Cyber Knights. And if you guys do get Cyber Knights, you guys are going to be welcoming something good. You're welcome to get the new story era. You guys can get the World War free expansion. So you guys can check out something cool for that. Now, as far as anything else goes, I haven't heard much, but I did hear something specifically from earlier this week. That I've actually heard not one, but exactly two things. One of them, guys, is we are getting a new God of War game in the future. Not sure when, but
Thank
you
you.
guys remember God of War Ragnarok was really good. Elden Ring was amazing. Now, whatever the plan is
I
for
ain't
the next
leaving
God
you
of
here.
War game, it'll be strings attached. We'll have, I mean, I have no doubt, I have no
My turn.
banner in my mind not to have anything to do with anything with music or whatever. But I feel like if we figure out, if the
Curses.
publisher can find out an amazing or pretty much a perfect title, all bets are off. But that's not the only thing
Leave this to
that we
me.
can do for God of War. I mean, whatever the new game of God of War is going to be, I can see that doing fine. I can see them doing something wonderful. If you guys think Ragnarok is amazing, we can hear something with, we can have enough
Better
to
than
really
ever.
develop and also, guys, obtain. I mean, depending
Got you now.
what the news for the new God of War is going to be. So we'll keep our eyes and ears open.
You're
But
not
that's
done.
not the only thing I've heard. We are also getting, there's also a bit of a rumor about doing
I
something
can do
with
this.
Uncharted 5. And the one that officially reported that is, I want to say, guys, the publisher's not wrong. Now, if we're actually questioning something with, not exactly
Damn it
with
all.
another Mass Effect game or Uncharted 5, well, I'm not sure when Uncharted 5 is releasing. I know Nathan Drake he's not going to meet his end. He's not going to be done with his story development.
Barely survived that.
So if I had to guess, when we're actually getting Uncharted 5, maybe early
I'll
next
do
year,
what I can.
if everything else is according to plan. I mean, we have to wait and see how GTA 6 is going to be. Let's be honest, guys, GTA 6 is still strongly going to win. You guys remember what I mentioned the last dozens of times already. GTA 6, guys, that game still got it this year. The other games that are a little more fitting, not only GTA 6, however, no, it's King Guys and Luckiest Man. Not just that game, but also Resident Evil Requiem.
I will go.
I've
You
also
can
heard
trust
Crimson
me.
Desert
Excellent
has
choice.
surpassed 5 million
You never
copies
ask.
If you say
so
so.
far for this year. So that's pretty much good. So I doubt Crimson Desert's winning. That's all I can tell
Forward.
you. Well, whatever they do with Uncharted 5, it'll be a doll for the living. So we'll see. But alright, guys, speaking of other stuff today, if you guys want to know my name, guys, on Steam is Zach Dawson93. This is your king, guys, your luckiest man. So my name on Steam, guys, is Zach Dawson93. If you guys have nothing, you entirely have nothing to lose. Um, I've been on Steam for over over 5 years now, so that's a little bit over unique.
No mercy.
Little some sparkling, little some epic. So I've been on Steam for
Let's
that
get
long.
this over
Was
with.
this was as a Christian, guys, it's always good to have God praise it, and which is also good looking, and also have enough clean save. I mean, sorry, guys, it's always enough to have clean saving too, make it sound good and clean. But alright, guys, speaking of other stuff, you guys are into RPGs like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Elden Ring, It Takes Two. You guys are in Diablo
Come
4.
on.
Um, I haven't heard much about Elden Ring as much. I mean, as far as I know today. Especially if, I mean, they haven't announced another DLC. I mean, they have only created and developed only two of them. So nothing would really be grossed out. So I haven't strongly heard anything else, especially what they're doing with that and what's going on with Metal Gear Solid. But I do know there hasn't been much reported from Metal Gear Solid, especially especially
What's
enough
next?
to, despite the fact we are still strongly getting, something to go with, with that in mind. But the thing about what Hideo Kojima is doing, guys, Hideo Kojima's been doing a good job, but pretty much
Me to
a
contend with.
regular good. I mean, he's been doing, from what as far as I know, guys, Kojima's been doing well. He's been doing a good, well job of what he's doing with, with Death Stranding and, doing some with the sequel to develop on.
I'll
So,
help you.
as long as people are not getting eaten alive for it, it's enough to really have strings attached to it and have enough access. But with that in mind, guys, Hideo Kojima is doing some with the next upcoming game. I know he doesn't have any plans for Splinter Cell right now, but he's got enough in his bag. He's got enough to he really wants to praise on and have patience on. So, because you know what they say, guys, patience is always a virtue. As long as we keep that in mind and have enough to really not exactly scatter. So, but we'll be good to go, guys. We'll be fine. So I haven't heard much from what I've been hearing. But I do know, guys, with Uncharted 5 in the mix, and also the other game, guys, in the horizon, which is a new grade, well, pretty much a new powerful God of War game in the future. I haven't heard much, but we'll see what happens once we get much more closer. But alright, guys, if you guys are in sports games like baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball, if you guys are in the toss-ups, guys are looking to, get your batteries to any sports games you're buying, looking to buy them on sale, you're looking to, have a tall order, if you're looking not to be grossed out as much, you guys can buy any sports games you want, when you want, anytime you want. If you're looking to have enough to, not really cross the line, if you're not looking to, pass the rim, looking to get a home run or anything, you guys can buy any sports
I'll do
games
what I can.
to the foundation and have your mindset on them. Not also stat guys, but also RPGs here today. You guys can have both of them with no problem. Now as far as what everything else has been settled, and also in the program, you guys can check out my brother Beatles, guys. Go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally.
What now? I will
He
not
calls me
lose.
Brother Jack, guys. He calls me Brother Beatles. So if you want to check out Beatles Eternally, he's a
My
fun,
turn.
loving, supportive baseball fanatic guy, and yeah, he's a terrific guy. He's a baseball fan, guys. You're welcome to check him out. You guys can book anything with him and check out his fantasy baseball projects. So all you guys need to do, guys, just head over to youtube.com. So that's Beatles Eternally. But if you guys want to know what my brother Beatles does on the channel, he enjoys playing actual PC baseball, out of the park baseball, and from what I've heard, I did watch part of his live stream yesterday. He actually did not know what baseball game he wanted to play, and what he actually wanted to manage to play last night. But guys, there's one baseball game that's around the corner, and that's Payoff Pits next week on Steam. I have no doubt in my mind, my brother Beatles is buying that game soon. That's enough to describe to see how many people are buying it now. If you guys haven't checked out the first demo,
Not yet.
you guys
You've
won't buy the full game just yet. So,
Leave this to
so
me.
as far as I know today, guys, that's gonna be living well. To tell you the truth, guys, it will be.
To contend with.
That game will not be replaced. A lot of us know it's right from wrong, but that's enough to really, really attach to it. Hold on, guys. Get the RIP on this one. But yeah, now as far as anything else, you guys can check it out. Check out the demo, guys. It's called PR Pets. It's made from Sideline Strategy. But if you guys do not want to download it on the website, you guys can easily download it and make it a piece of cake by downloading it, guys, on Steam. So if you guys want to, not to really split anything, a lot of us would have you play Payoff Pets and see what you guys think. You guys are playing it when you're watching at home or doing something handheld. Whatever you guys want to do. It's entirely up to you.
I must concentrate.
Speaking of other stuff, guys, well, what I've been doing, I just got done with game 18 of my 1992 Pirate season. After game number 16 and game number 17, guys, I was on two consecutive wins just to be on the roll, and you know, I've been doing a swell job by doing some for my brother Beatles. You know, I've been updating on the games that I've been doing, and especially because I'm not doing much with Diamond Mine Baseball a whole lot, so I don't need to really get ourselves guilty on that. I'm not saying if I'll have any more plans going back to that, but you see, guys, with Pale Pits releases next week, I'm probably going to be addicted to it. I'll be addicted to Pale Pits by next week. So that's enough to really persuade, and also document here and there. So I will be strongly getting that game on Steam next week. I still have another gift card I can use. That way I can get the SOB and, you know, get it all good to go. Have it on my PC, and you know, I'll be doing two baseball games. One of them, guys, is my 1992 Pirates season. After 18 games, after game number 18, guys, I'm officially 5-13. I got washed up at the last game, the 2-game series with the Chicago Cubs, which I unfortunately lost 8-1. And now, guys, there's two more. I now after game number 18, with my 5-13 record, guys, I will officially be having something with the Cincinnati Reds at Cincy. So I'll be doing something with that for 2 games. It's only going to be like a 2-game road series, so I don't see why not. So we'll see what happens here and there. I don't believe anything is going to be crossed the line.
It's looking dire.
I don't think so. But you know what I say, guys? You win some, you lose some. But by the time Payout Pits releases, right here next week,
My turn.
those are the only 2 games I'll be playing. I will at least going forward. Now repeat, fellas. Out of the Park Baseball for my 1992 Pirates season, because I'm strongly suggesting it. And also, I'll still keep on-time baseball if I'm not that boring or anything. As King Guy's the luckiest man to play any of them. Or pretty much this or that or something. And then, and also, guys, Pay All Pits as well.
Ready.
So, we'll have enough to really negotiate them. And buy some time. But alright, guys, let's remember, guys, Pay All Pits will be releasing the order yet. You guys can get your strings attached, but I want you guys to play the demo first. Play the demo first, guys, before you actually get the actual game. That's all you can do. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my brother Beatles. You guys can search YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. He can hook you up. I can try to hook you up whenever we get an opportunity. See what we really talk about and have enough to notify. You guys can also search me on Steam as well. My name on Steam, guys, is StackDawson93. And you guys can go after pre-orders and in-store purchases. Alright, guys, also, guys, the most important thing, and also the most important to note, is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. So remember, guys, we got 643 mods today, so, and our followers to really continue on. And also, voice right in. And go somewhere up in front. That's all we can do. Don't worry about causing an incident or causing a distraction. Everybody's got enough to glue, enough to attach to it. So it should be fine, should be good to go. And not to have anything on the drawing board. Alright, guys, so yeah. Pale Pits will be releasing next week. I will begin the game on Steam pretty soon. Once you guys understand, I will. I have no doubt, I have no brainer, I'll have enough in stock for that. So I still will get it. Trust me, I will. But yeah, if you guys strongly want to help me with my W rates, I strongly suggest that, because
You got me.
the more you guys help me, the more I can start helping you guys. It's more favorable. We always gotta know how to help each other, guys, on the channel. And it's not just me. You guys can also help each other out, too. With our YouTube channels, especially. If you guys have enough electricity, if you guys have enough to stock up on it, we gotta do what we gotta do, you know? We cannot float around and say, this has to be done. No, no. We gotta do something we want to do together. That's all we gotta do. We don't want to get ourselves losing our juices. We don't want to have Ghostface. We don't want to have Ghostface from Scream trying to capture you. That's not exactly what a lot of us want to see or do. We're trying to climb up a tree as much. But it's all good, guys. We want to see what we can do. It's not that hard to really refresh the memory on it. But we just want to stand and deliver. We always do. But yeah. But alright, guys, speaking of other stuff today, the only way we can get our W race going, the most important thing we can do to help each other out is to find out how much expectations we can bring. It's not about how we do it. It's not about just trying to take our time. And that's exactly what God would want. Take our time. Don't be in a rush as much. Don't be alone. Nobody should. But alright, guys, the most important thing we can do, like getting our ups and downs, and getting our upgrades up to date, is we watch our videos in full, like and share the stream, guys, so we have our social media with our YouTube accounts, Facebook and Twitter X accounts, and yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and yes, guys, so much more. Now, if you guys haven't heard, there hasn't been anything else, but just yesterday, there was CinemaCon, as I mentioned earlier today. So CinemaCon did actually happen yesterday. I did not watch any of it, but the only part of that is The Legend of Zelda. We're not going to get The Legend of Zelda yet. We won't get the movie yet. I mean, the game yet. I've heard, not the game, but the movie itself.
I will go.
As a Nintendo adoption.
Thought you'd never
So,
ask.
if you escape from Mario, you look at the very first Legend of Zelda movie. So they were actually filming 2 specific locations. One of them, guys, is where the Sire is. So that's number 1. Number 2, I believe also in New Zealand. So that should be not exactly unfortunate. And as far as what we got today, guys, we're going to do in-gaming news, guys, with your king and your luckiest man today. So remember, guys, today's date is April 16th, guys, 2026. So we're going to begin with in-gaming news today, guys, with the offensive title of Spaceballs 2, like we talked about today. And so far today, guys, I told you guys what the new title is going to be. And this is according to Mel Brooks. And so there's actually been a minute and 10-second video. So when we actually found out that Mel Brooks was announcing the title for the sequel to Spaceballs, the very first official Spaceballs movie back in the 1980s, we pretty much did not have to roll the dice and not to have anything furthermore on, guys, to talk about what the sequel is going to be, what that movie is going to be, So we officially know Spaceballs 2, guys, will be titled Spaceballs, the new one. So that movie is still scheduled to be released on April 23rd of next year. So I can see it doing fine. I wouldn't call it bad if Spaceballs the new one does not mess up. I don't see Spaceballs messing up. If they could do well, even though Mel Brooks is still alive, they replace the Yoga one more time, then I could see the man being done after that. At least his health is still fighting it. At least his body's still healing for it, guys. Mel Brooks is a fantastic actor. If you guys haven't seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, if you guys haven't seen other movies that Mel Brooks has officially been in, you guys don't know who he is. He's still in that position. You know, guys, he's a comedy legend, and he's a really nice actor. So if you guys haven't seen him in movies, it's not much to really, you know, interrupt as much. So yeah, and what we call, guys, Spaceballs 2, Spaceballs the new one. So you guys can check that out. Well, guys, also, the other stuff that's been announced is Starfield being announced for the Switch 2. Now, we all know Starfield is officially on PS5, which, newsflash, guys, I'm not going to get that game this year. You know, if somebody would state the following, if I'm getting it for my birthday, no. Now, that's another thing, too, guys. One of my two loves roommates last night was asking what my birthday is. I mean, you guys in the chat understand what my birthday is. I'm going to be 33 in the next 2 months from now. No, I mean, my question is, why does one of my two loves roommates want to ask what I'm going to be doing on my birthday? I mean, that's the problem. I mean, I'm going to be entitled to my own terms in the next 2 months from now. If I want to see a movie, go out to dinner, doing something that we want to do. I mean, do something that a lot of us want to do. But for the one that's in the early 60s, it needs to butt out. It needs to butt out from me, my true love, and, you know, my other priority. My priority, guys. My second priority is Barrel, too, so. I mean, if the other one wants to sell what I'm doing on my birthday, Harassers needs to get
I must do all I can.
out of my thinking cap, because guys, with my birthday arriving in 2 months from now, the one that starts with a T is not calling the shots. I am, so if she's got no dilemma on it, or have any planning on it, I'll just call it like it is. So as far as Starfield goes, I wouldn't care much for that either. But we'll see what happens. Also, guys, Amazon does comment on James Bond 26 casting. Now, if you want to talk about James Bond, that seems a little bit favorable, instead of watching 60 Minutes. So, I haven't secretly heard much if it's going to be playing the next James Bond. I do know, Daniel Craig has already called it quits after his last movie, so apparently, guys, Amazon did actually request some. This was actually reported by Variety, and somebody did state the following, that Valenti. She actually did state Amazon is waiting until the time is right if somebody's going to be doing James Bond or not. So we haven't heard much from CinemaCon for that either. So, I mean, there are a few names that people can do. For example, guys, one of them is being.
I won't let you die.
I mean, I haven't heard much about what Pierce Brosnan wants to do. But like I said, if Pierce Brosnan wants to come back as James Bond, I wouldn't strongly suggest them leaning towards that. If they want to do something with him,
Doesn't look good.
and if he wants to come back as James Bond one final time, I mean, I wouldn't hate that idea. But if he wants to, I mean, that's up to him to see how he wants to see fit. So, I mean, Pierce Brosnan is like in his early 70s now, and I mean, if he wants to come back as James Bond, I don't see why not. Timothy Chalamet has. I don't think Timothy. I mean, I strongly don't believe Timothy Chalamet is going to be playing James Bond whatsoever. I mean, he's got something with Doom Part 3 in the next several months from now, at the same time period. So if I had to predict, I have no clue. I mean, if they want to bring somebody like a Henry Cavill, the one that plays Superman, or even if they want to do something with somebody different that hasn't played James Bond yet. The only one I would maybe see coming back is, I repeat, fellas, Pierce Brosnan. But as far as I know, I don't believe we'll hear anything anytime soon. You know, guys, if we want to start leaning towards something with that, I mean, give me Pierce Brosnan. Give me him, and let him be the guy who he is. let him play James Bond one final time, and see nothing else is gonna be, a bad
I must
idea.
concentrate.
So we'll see what's going on from there. Also, guys, Tupa Belfong actor also does comment on Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm actually not into anything to really go positive and viral on it, but yeah, no thanks. So, guys, as King and the Luckiest Man, I do want to get into top stories really fast. So, I'll get to top stories in just a minute. Actually, I can get them going. So, guys, with you guys in the chat, out of my 4 priorities, let's see what's going on in the world. Not calling 60 minutes overtime or anything.
Here.
So,
Too
apparently,
kind.
guys, the one that will be casting Viggo Mortensen's previous role as Aragorn for the Hunt for Gollum for next year for Lord of the Rings. I repeat, his name is Jeremy Dornan. I think we already know that already. So he will be playing Aragorn, son of Arathorn. So I know fans are buzzing everything else
Got me to
beyond
contend
it,
with.
but it's like, I mean, people are not going to really say Viggo Mortensen would have needed to come back otherwise. All I know is, guys, Viggo Mortensen's like in his early 60s. I mentioned this in the past. I already mentioned that to you guys in the past. We all know the plan was Viggo Mortensen for him not to have posed as Aragorn. And now, if we're looking at it like, say, this one Jamie Dornan actor, he's actually confirmed as writer, but it's like he feels like a young star. He feels like somebody, the one that played in Yellowstone. I know he's not been in Yellowstone before, but the way we look at this actor, I mean, I feel like it's different from pretty much a human zester, And no, if we look at him, it's just I don't see why not. And also, guys, not only him is returning, also the other actor that's returning is Lee Pace. So he'll be returning as Thranduil the Evelyn King. I think it's probably Howdy or something. And the other actors alongside, one of them guys is Kate Winslet. Now we all know he's recently confirmed and cast in The Hunt for Gollum since last month. Also, guys, returning stars Ian McKellen as Gandalf, Eliza Wood as Frodo, and film's director Andy Serkis as Gollum. So my question is, I don't want to say too much about it, but when Peter Jackson called up, now this is going to be interesting. This is pretty much going to be not spicy to, voice anything about that too, or pretty much develop on it, or just talk about it for a minute. So I mean, if we're going to a direction that Viggo Mortensen was not projected to be in, I mean, even though he was asked if he was going back as Aragorn, I know he's pretty much getting up in age, but not playing him anymore. I mean, if he's got different plans towards what Steve Colbert and Peter Jackson want to do,
turn.
I don't see why not. But for him to really meet his limitations, his expectations, his limitations, I don't believe there's anything wrong with Viggo Mortensen's health or anything. I know he's a fine actor.
Let's get this over with.
I've heard he's an amazing, not an amazing actor, but he is officially a good actor. A good fortunate actor if we look at him.
Round
Because,
and stay strong.
now, if I'm looking at it, depending what this actor does as
I'm all
Aragorn,
right.
I can see him doing fine. I don't see him being, a painful one to play as Aragorn bad enough.
What's next?
But I want to strongly suggest, if he actually is going to do something with Aragorn, he better do something the right way, because I know if Viggo Mortensen is not returning, it's like people, I mean, fans on social media are just buzzing about it, not knowing what's going on and why he's not returning. So, I mean, I
Hold
don't
still.
see him. I don't see this actor. I don't see the brother having a problem by playing as Aragorn, but I want to see what he does. I want to see how well he's going to do. Well, will he be better than Viggo Mortensen? I'll have two letters. I would probably say no, but whatever he's got in store as Aragorn, we'll have to wait and find out. Also, guys, no, it's part of.
My
And,
turn, is
you
it?
guys remember what I mentioned? A part of the reason why I talked about of what Peter Jackson, when he actually called up Steve Colbert this
See
past
that?
month. You know, with Steve Colbert writing the sequel to Return of the King. You guys remember the very third to the last
I
Lord
owe
of the
you
Rings franchise of that movie. And now I'm looking at a pic, guys. His name's Dornan. Now apparently, guys, he actually is a young stud. Wait a minute, how old is he? Actually, I'm gonna double check how old Jamie Dornan is. I'm gonna look at that. So, I mean, if I'm looking at this actor, I can see him doing fine, but he's not gonna be better than Clive Owen as King Arthur, though. I mean, if you want to question him, nobody's gonna be bothering a duel from him. Or even if you look at a duel with Carrie Ellis as the Dread Pirate Roberts in Princess Bride, when he was battling Inigo Montoya back then. And, I mean, nothing else is going to be robust. Nothing is going to be less attachable on it. So if we're looking at it, I don't see why they couldn't bother with that anyway. So, hold on a minute. I'm going to double check how old Dornan is. Hold on, guys. His name is... Hold on, guys. Okay, guys. D-O-R... Okay, there we go, guys. So the thing about this actor, guys, same as Jamie Dornan, he's actually 43. Well, let me tell you something, guys. If he's actually a young actor as he is,
I will not lose.
all I'm gonna be suggesting, guys, is I can see him doing Aragorn just fine, but him being as better as Viggo Mortensen, I wouldn't exactly put him on top of the list, but I want to see how well he does first before anything else gets crossed over. So, but I will say, guys, 43 is a good age. He will be 44 this coming month of May. So,
Heavens
we'll see how it works
I
out.
must concentrate.
Also, guys, David Nordan is not only an actor, he's also a musician.
Open your eyes.
He's also a let me double check for a second. Now, if you guys remember this actor, he recently was in 50 Shades of Grey, which is different from Twilight, and also developing one of his last movies. And I could see him doing just fine with Aragorn, but I don't want to kid around and say he'll do a horrible job as him for next month. I want to see how well he does. But if he cannot find an element of surprise to really do the part of him, I don't see why he shouldn't take it. So, but I just strongly want to see how well he does. Will he be better than Viggo Mortensen? Maybe. But I doubt he's going to be better than him. Just to look at his technique. You look at his voice acting. You look at his other stuff on it. So, I haven't seen Dornan do any good movies lately. I haven't seen any of his projects this month. But if we can look at it, I just feel like I think he'll do fine. At least he's not like Prince Harry from this one city or country far away from the United States. You look at it. So, guys, if Clancy Brown was gonna play him, probably not. I mean, Clancy Brown wouldn't be funny enough, or well enough with a sword, just to really, play a part of it. So we'll see how Jamie Donan does. I'm not saying if you'll be wrong by playing it, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to read anything with The Legend of Zelda, but we already know exactly what's going on with that. I mean, I told you guys earlier today, so. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, never mind. So, I feel like whatever they can really attach the notes on for the Hunt for Gollum. Remember, guys, if you haven't seen the first teaser, you guys are living under a rock. You guys don't know what
Right.
Lord of the Rings is about, so I feel like if
Yes?
they have enough to consider, and have anything else with, being surprised or shocked, then, I mean, there's enough to really involve. So we'll see what's going on, and we'll see how much I can really offer. I mean, I feel like it'll make a good smart, amount for for that movie next year. So we'll see how much strong it gets, for the Hunt for Gollum. So let's one double check some for a second. There we go, guys. See if we can get an extra message here. But yeah, I mean, as far as I know, fellas, I mean, if Viggo Mortensen was not going to be spot on for next year's Lord of the Rings movie, which is The Hunt for Gollum, nobody would really criticize anything. Nobody would really, have enough to really bring in the system. So I don't see why they do not have to really, jump out on anything. Or jump that much on it, so. Guys, if there's enough to really, predict. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with. Hold on, maybe double check. Hold on, I want to double check something. Okay, guys, I'm doing some with move. I'm just looking at units for a second. Don't understand. I'm not sure if I can get these Pokebells out of here. I mean, that would be nice. But I repeat, fellas, if there's enough to really bring to the table for the Hunt for Gollum next year, I would assume it'll. I strongly see. I can see that movie doing fine. It's just, I don't want to say the movie's going to be horrible as under circumstances, but I just want to see how. I just want to see how many people are gathering it, how much money's going to be making it. I mean, it should make well enough, but we don't know anything yet for anything else that's strongly attached to it yet. But, guys, there's going to be enough to really see what they actually want to develop, as far as what the plans are for Ian McKellen and Elijah Wood is concerned. So yeah, guys, we're going to wrap everything up in just a minute. So, like I said, I mean, we all know Viggo Mortensen was not going to be the, change of heart, or pretty much the change of plan. And, I mean, Viggo Mortensen was like in this. I mean, if I only had to really guess his age difference, I would say like he was probably in his 40s, or he may have been 35, actually no, 35, or somewhere between that range. So I know, I repeat, fellas, Hugo Weaving's not returning as Elrond either. I've heard he's not coming back, so. Now, as far as Orlando Bloom goes, my true love didn't actually question that yesterday. And, well, I don't believe Variety or Entertainment Weekly has reported anything. Good. I don't see why Orlando Bloom needs to return. I mean, it depends how many people want to love to see him back, though. That's the only question right there. Actually, not the only question, but pretty much the lack of confidence right there. So, I mean, a lot of us wouldn't hate the idea if Orlando Bloom is coming back as Legolas. So, I mean, my true love calls him his idol. So, I mean, you've got him, you've got John Rhys Davies, and yeah, I mean, most of them pretty much. I mean, these three actors worked very well together. They actually did well together in all three Lord of the Ring movies. So I don't see why Viggo Mortensen would not officially return anyway. So I repeat, guys, we'll see what happens. We don't want to. I repeat, I don't want to say if Orlando Bloom's returning. i Part of me wants me to see him come back, but I mean, if he's got enough in his body, if he's got enough personality, he can do it. So we'll see what happens. So, no, I repeat, fellas, we have enough to attach to it. We have enough to really get to, and we don't have to worry about the other stuff right now. At least not. At least not. If anything else is going to plan. So, but other than that, guys, we'll keep our heads up, keep our info going, and we'll see what's going on. All right, guys. Real quick. Now, as far as the new God of War game goes, I haven't heard much, but I've heard somebody leaked that there was going to be a new God of War game soon. So that's something to find out and also, search on. So we'll find out, see what's going on from there. Also, Uncharted 5. I haven't heard much about Uncharted 5, but I do know. I feel like Uncharted 5 is part of development. I feel like it is, but I haven't heard any extra. So we'll see what's going on between that too. So we'll see. Alright, guys, that's going to wrap everything up for today, even though we're a tiny bit early. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. It's King Guys and the Luckiest Man, and, guys, with our popularity, entertainment, and energy, our strongest, wonderful, supportive, loving, caring, likable, favorable, exciting, strongest, massive, awesome, fantastic, strongest power of our community. Do what we can with each other's channel and any main focus, and enough to really, not push through, but take most of our time when we get an opportunity, and enough to really persuade. So, guys, as far as anything else goes, I also did check out. I officially did check out my new schedule yesterday. Coming out of my phone, and so based on the schedule, guys. So next week, coming out of, my two best people, the nice people, also, coming down to see the same way at the same time. So based on the schedule, guys, for next week, I'm still having Mondays, Thursdays, but based on the schedule, guys, I'll cut it short. So on the new schedule, guys, I've got Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. So, now as far as if I'm going to dinner with my true love and for 9, also the other one that's in her early 60s. It's a toss-up, but I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say yes on anything on Saturday night, but my true love's got some going with a few of her good friends of hers on Saturday in the afternoon, and she's gonna be having some fun. And I told her that if anything else is going on, we don't have to worry about. We don't want to have to worry about anything, being out of the run or being in a rush mostly. So we'll keep something together for it. So it's like if she wants to go to a nice musical play, everybody's good. I don't see why not. At least it'll be different from that, and also a choir concert. So, since I've been out for 12 years, I mean, almost 12 years already, so that's enough to really applaud and also cheer. But other than that, guys, going further and forward. Now based on the schedule, so I'm still doing 9 to Monday on that. I should be at WoW this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. Not just one day by then, but also 2 days on top of it. With Tuesday and Wednesday, you guys will still have another episode of this game, guys, which is, I repeat, Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles next week, next Thursday. You guys remember next Thursday is when Pale Pits releases on Steam. So we're only 1 week away already. So keep a lookout for that. As far as Saturday and Sunday goes, I thought about streaming, but I've got to see if nothing else is going on. I mean, we don't have to worry about watching movies yet. I'm still waiting on a few days from. I mean, a few days I've been waiting. I want to wait and also patient. Does it get some dates requested off soon? One of them guys is May 9th, which I do my too love for 9. If May 9th does get requested, well, Pro 9 can tackle Mortal Kombat 2 with Carl Urban. So, remember, guys, Mortal Kombat 2 will be releasing in the next, as far as I know, in the next 3 weeks, if I'm right. A little over 3 weeks' time. But after that, she also wants to tackle and be a buff by tackling Star Wars, the Mando and Grogu. So, that's still set to release next month on May 22nd. So, as you guys understand, I do have the 22nd off too of May, because I don't want to squash anything if there's not any more days I serve requests before a lot of us go back to, cheerleading, as state defending champions of our spirit division by the time we head soon in 2 months from now. So we don't want to replace anything. We don't want to separate from, we don't want to separate the man from the boys. So we want to keep ourselves attached. We want to keep everything that we want to plan, take care of that first before we move on to the other one. So, but the most important thing you can have is you focus on one thing and you wait, and then you wait to have time to really do what you want to do the next time. So, but yeah, it's like you get to do something you want to do after a while and wait to do something another time. So that's all you got to do. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But everything's good. Nobody would say good riddance or anything. So, but if she wants Mortal Kombat 2, May 9th has to be requested first. So I have no doubt I will have that requested off anyway. And also, guess May 10th is Mother's Day, so we don't have to worry about that just yet. But sooner rather than later. But alright, guys. If you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, every Thursday mornings on the schedule, with your king and your luckiest man, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Remember, guys, like, share, comment, and follow. Let me take a drink real quick. Sorry, guys. The man needs his water. After talking plenty. But I repeat, fellas, all you guys need to do is hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can put them in the chat. You guys in the chat are pretty much always at it for. BayBuddy79, how's it going? I see your Emma's as a bit in sock. I'm not sure what's going on or what for. But good to see you in this live stream today. But yeah, when it's King Guys and the luckiest man, we'll see how many things measure up. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys have any questions or concerns, let me know. Let our minds know what's going on. We can answer any question you have, and we can try to answer that question towards the chat, and yes, guys, in the live chat. So I'm not sure what the plan is for Saturday, but I mean, maybe I can do some with Lords of the Fallen on Saturday. Same time, same channel, and try to check something out for that. And on Sundays. That's why I've just been easily tired. I've been resting and resting every time I work. Every time I've been, up and out, up and out. So we'll see. I do wanna. I'm hoping to get back on a serious note and get some going with Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday, if I can develop enough on it. You guys only seen like one of, I mean, easily it's just one episode for sure. I haven't seen anything else with new episodes. I haven't uploaded yet, but I want to do more than one if I get a chance on Sundays. I'm looking to reconcile and do something we can, like building something right and have enough good effort on it if we get a chance on Sundays. But we'll see what happens. Also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, guys. And of course, guys, knowledge is power. We are now 643 mods, and, the chat has always been the pleasure when I'm around. And the four priorities. So, my four priorities, guys, is you guys in the chat with our 643 mods today, and also WoW and Steve, to Love 9 for 9, her and the other roommate for 17, and also baseball and RPGs. I could do some a little bit for, on the PC, and I might just strongly take a little more of a rest this morning till I get done here. But so we'll see what else sticks out with. I repeat, guys, with Uncharted 5, God of War, and whatever's going on with, if anybody else is going to be acting in the Half a Golem for Lord of the Rings next year. So we'll keep our heads up on it. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we need to do, guys, is group up, help each other out, hang out for a while if we want, and, everybody's in good spirits. Everybody's in good condition. As long as we have the lungs to breathe, have enough to really control the sources, we're good to go. But yeah, I repeat, fellas, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So remember, guys, if you guys could headline my channel for W rates, that'd be awesome. If I can help you guys the same way you do for me, everybody's equal. Everybody's entitled to whatever we want to do on the channel. Develop expectations. In another word, guys, it's limitations. So you always want to have everybody else listen to their I want to say their suggestions and also their options. It's like whatever you got to do, you have to follow them. If you don't like them, it'll officially cause a bad dilemma. So just whatever works out, but we have to partner up together. It's not about being alone. It's all about puzzle something up and trying to get yourself going together. So that's all we got to do. And that's the main thing, guys. We want to get back to reality. That way I can get back to, hopefully get Hogwarts Legacy going more on Sundays. And, if I'm willing to premiere Lords of the Fallen on Saturdays, since I don't have any plans of doing Killing Floor 3 on that slot, then I could maybe do some with Lords of the Fallen. So keep an eye out for that. But we'll see what happens. But alright, guys, the best way we can get W8s and upgrades on the channel more often is got to do what we can mostly do for each other. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you guys are at work or, looking to get some free time in your hands, or on the palm of your hands, doesn't have to be as bad as months. But the only way we can work together, guys, what we need to do, guys, on the channel is we watch our videos in full. Like and share the stream, guys. So we have our social media, our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter X accounts attached. And yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Alright, guys, I'm going to be relaxing for a little while today, and then back to see with nice people, and also Nick and Pete. So today, guys, 2 to 7, and then I'm off tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Not sure what's going on tomorrow. I could easily do something if I want to do Lords of the Fallen and set up a premiere tomorrow, but it just depends how tired and eluded I am, so don't want to go less hunger as much. So, um, and then hopefully Hogwarts Legacy, if I can control it on Sunday. So, we guess we'll have another episode of this game next Thursday with Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. So, we could do we could tackle Gug next week, but I feel like we've done enough grinding. Let's just see it as it is. But we'll give you guys info and posted. And if there's anything you guys want to ask, let's leave it in the comments below, and I can comment, guys, as King and the Luckiest Man, and try to answer it for you. Whatever you want to do, and also put in. But alright, guys, you guys have a good rest for Thursday morning. You guys have a God's well rest, and that way your head is good to go, and also get ready to get your energy and your system. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another, guys. And yeah, don't forget to check out my brother Beatles Eternally. Let's go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Go to YouTube, go on the search bar, and check him out. He's a baseball fanatic. As I love baseball the way I do, with you guys in the chat out of 4, with RPGs being attached. But alright, guys, you guys have a good rest of your Thursday morning on the schedule, and good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I will see you guys